Hello students, I am your geography teacher, Mrs. Rinky. This is geography class 8th, video 3. So we have started the chapter representation of geographical feature. In this previous class, I have already discussed some of the topics of definition of maps, small scale and large scale maps, then topographic maps, then locating features on topographic maps, then landforms of topographic maps. Okay, so these are topics we have discussed in the previous class. Today we will begin with the topic colors in topographic map. In topographic maps, every feature is shown in a particular color. Okay, so as you must have known what are features. So in topographic map, every features has a color to identify. You already know that contours are shown in brown and grid lines are shown in red. So in the previous class, I have already told you the color of contours, that they are shown in very light brown in color on the topographic sheet, and grid lines, which are your northing and eastings, they are shown in red color. Now, red is also used to show different types of roads and buildings. Okay, so red color is also not only used for the grid lines, but also it is used to show the uh, your roads, your buildings. Then forested area, they are shown in green color. Okay, so it's the covering of trees, they are shown in green color. Then cultivated land is shown in yellow color. Okay, colored yellow. So the where the farmers are growing crops, that area is shown in yellow color. Then the uncultivated land is left behind with white color only. Okay, now the water bodies and wells that contain water are shown in blue. Okay, so water bodies and the well, because we know that water is in blue color, it reflects blue, so that shows blue color. Then while those that are dry region, they are shown in black. Now all writings, whatever all written things are there except grid, they are also shown in black color as boundaries, railway tracks, telephone and telegraph line. And the lines of latitude and longitude, if any, okay, if they're in any line of latitude or longitude, they are also will be in black color. Now, next topic in this is settlement patterns in topographic map. Now, what is a settlement? A settlement is any kind of dwelling where people live. So, it's a place where people live. Okay, that is called a settlement. Now, it may be small or big, ranging from a single house to a large city. So, settlement can be big, it can be small, it can be ranging from a single house to a large city. When men had not learned to build houses, he lived in natural shelters such as caves. So, when the human beings have not started making homes, they used to live in caves. Okay, these were the first human settlements, and this was the first human settlements. These settlements were not continuously inhabited, as man had to move from one place to a place in search of food. So the caves were not the permanent settlement, because the human being has to move from one place to another in search of food. Now, however, when he learned to grow crop, he needed to settle down in one place and build a permanent home. So, when the human beings started agriculture, then they had to live in a settled life. And this is how your permanent home, they started to build a permanent home. Thus, the first huts were built and villages came into being. Gradually, as manufacturing, trade, religion, and cultural developed, men built different type of buildings like granaries, town halls, schools, temples, and so on. Thus, human settlements became bigger and better. So earlier, the men must have used only the hut. They started making only hut for living, but slowly, when they had these manufacturing area, then trading, they had started trade, they started worshipping religion, then culture developed. So because to fulfill the requirement of all these, they started building the building the buildings like granaries for storing the food, then town hall for prayers, then schools for education, temples for worship. So these building also came into existence, and this is how the settlements started becoming bigger and better. Now, villages grew into towns and towns into cities. Today, our towns and cities have multi-storied buildings, broad roads, well-drained drainage system, and various other facilities. So, still also you can see that many villages are converting into small towns because of having the certain facilities. Okay, so slowly these earlier also the villages have must have converted into town, and town from town they have been converted into cities. And today we have seen that these cities and towns have multi-storied buildings. They have very broad roads, long roads, then well planned drainage system is there, then various other facilities. Then the next topic in this is sites of settlements. Now, the place where a settlement stands is known as site. साइट क्या होता है? जहाँ पे सेटलमेंट स्टैंड करता है, मतलब किसी भी टाइप का सेटलमेंट जहाँ है उस जगह को एक साइट बोलते हैं. एवरी सेटलमेंट्स नीड अ सोर्स ऑफ वाटर. ओके, so every settlements want a source of water. The first cities like those of Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Indus Valley developed near rivers where water was available in plenty. Okay, so earlier also we have, you must have read in your history books that earlier settlements, earlier civilization have started establishing near the rivers. If you take the example of Indus Valley civilization, which was built near the uh, Indus rivers. You can take off the example of Mesopotamian civilization, then Egyptian civilization, Chinese civilization. These all civilization has started near the rivers because they have availability of water which was used for the irrigation purposes, for drinking purposes, and so many other uses. Then fertile soil, moderate climate encourage agriculture and various economic activities. Okay, so the source of water help the having the fertile soil. Okay, and the with the help of moderate climate, it encourages the agriculture and various economic activities. Such conditions are usually found in plains, and all these type of conditions are mostly found in plain area, lowland area. Okay, so in the previous geography classes you must have understood the different type of landforms like mountain, plateaus, and plains. Okay, and plains are the lowland area, so hence most of the settlements are located in plain. The alluvial plains of India and China, for examples, are crowded with settlements. So, alluvial plain, we already had heard the term in geography that the alluvium is a good fertile soil. Okay, and which are found in the region of in India, in the region of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. because we have so many rivers flowing through these region, which brings lot of flood every year, and in that in turn they bring lot of sediments, okay, which make these areas fertile. So uh, these plain areas are always overcrowded. As we all know that Uttar Pradesh is the most populated state of India, okay, and China is, you already know, is the highest populated country in the world. So these that is a reason that the availability of water is the major reason that these areas are overcrowded. Plains also have flatlands. It is easier to build houses on flat land than on a sloping area. Okay, so we usually have, if we are having number of houses built on slope, on hilly areas, but we always have a chance of, we cannot grow a big settlement over there, but yes, we can make one or two or three houses at a time. But on the flat area, it's very easy to build houses, okay. Flat lands also favors the developments of roads and railways. This is also, we have seen that the flatlands always favors the network of roads and railways, which promotes transportations and communications. So your roads and railways helps lot of transportation and communication. This in turn promotes trade. So if you are having lot of roads, this will promote your trading system. You can send people and goods from one place to another. The junction of transport routes are good sites for settlements. So where are the junctions, okay, for the transportation routes? These all are the good sites for settlement. The people generally settle where it is easy to earn living. अब लोग सबसे ज़्यादा कहाँ रहेंगे? जहाँ उनके पास सोर्स ऑफ अर्निंग होगा. Therefore, settlements come up near mines, in industrial areas, in tourist spots, and in other places where work is available. Now, next topic in this is temporary and permanent settlement. A settlement may be temporary or permanent depending on the length of time for which it is continuously in use. Okay, so there are two types, temporary and permanent. Now, what are temporary? Temporary settlements are those that are occupied for a short time and then abandoned permanently or for a long period. Okay, so temporary settlements, they are used for the short time and they are left behind permanently or maybe for the long period of time. The cave dwellings of early people are example of such settlements. Now, even today, tribes living in desert, dense forest, and other harsh environments build temporary settlements. So, tribal people, they are living in desert area, dense forests, and in the harsh environment, they build temporary settlement because again they are have to move quite often. However, most of the settlements we see around us are permanent settlements. Okay, so we can see so many settlements these days in and around us. They are permanent settlements. Such settlements are not abandoned, they are not left behind, and remain continuously in use for many years. Now, some animals, herders, travel seasonally with their livestock from colder to warmer pastures and back. So some herders, okay, those who are having the herding the sheeps or goats, they travel seasonally. So in, if they are living on in a hilly area, they come down on the lowland area when there is winter seasons because they cannot have accessibility of food for their livestock because of the snow. So they come down on the lowland area, then again they go back in the summer seasons. Okay, so this is how their movement take place. Now, these people often live in temporary camps made up of portable tents which they carry on their journeys. Some of them also have permanent homes at all the places where they camps in different seasons. These homes are seasonally occupied. Now, next topic in this is rural and urban settlements. Permanent settlements may be rural or urban. Villages are rural settlements, while towns and cities are urban settlements. Rural settlements are not very large, and amenities such as roads, schools, healthcare services, and power supplies are not as well developed as in urban settlements. So, in rural areas, you cannot find these all amenities like roads. You may have road but not in good condition. Schools, healthcare services, and power supply, they are not very well developed in rural area. While in rural settlements, most peoples are engaged in activities such as agriculture, fishing, forestry. Okay, so people in from rural area, they are involved in agricultural, fishing, forestry. Urban settlements are larger than rural settlements and have much better amenities in urban settlements. Now, most people are engaged in non-agricultural activities such as manufacturing and trading. Now, next topic is settlement patterns. Now, settlement pattern shows how buildings are arranged in settlement. Pattern क्या होता है? तरीका. ओके, तो किस तरीके से buildings arranged होती हैं किसी settlement में. ओके, a settlement in which the buildings are located very close to each other is called nucleated or compact. ओके, so settlement जहाँ building बहुत पास पास में बनी हो, that type of settlement is known as the nucleated or compact. Now, such settlements are usually found in plains where the condition for building are ideal. Okay, तो पास पास जहाँ पर आपको लो लैंड एरिया मिलेगा जहाँ बिल्डिंग ढंग से बन सकता है, तो ऐसा जगह कहाँ है? प्लेन एरिया. So where you can find the buildings are the settlement is very nucleated. This type of settlement is often found at the junction of transport routes. It may also grow around an important building such as place of worship or maybe the post office of a village. So you can just see in one picture over there, this is a kind of urban settlements, and here this is, you can just say, you can assume is a kind of a rural settlement. Okay, then a settlement in which the buildings are located far apart, दूर दूर पर नहीं, जहाँ बिल्डिंग दूर दूर बने हों, that kind of settlement is known as dispersed or scattered settlements. Such settlements are often found in mountainous or densely forested region. They are also found where farmlands occupy large area. तो इस तरीके के settlements कहाँ मिलेंगे आपको? On the mountain area or maybe on the densely forest region, or they can also be found in the farmland occupying the large area. The farmhouses in the grassland of North America and Australia are the example. Okay, so a settlement in which the buildings are located in a line. Okay, अगर एक ही लाइन में बिल्डिंग्स लोकेटेड है, दैट देन द सेटलमेंट इज कॉल्ड, एक लाइन में है, दैट इज देन द सेटलमेंट इज कॉल्ड लीनियर सेटलमेंट. सच सेटलमेंट इज ऑफ्टन फाउंड अलॉन्ग अ रोड और अ रिवर और अलॉन्ग द शोर ऑफ अ लेक. ठीक है, तो एक लाइन में लगे रहेंगे सेटलमेंट द बिल्डिंग्स, देन दैट काइंड ऑफ सेटलमेंट इज कॉल्ड द लीनियर सेटलमेंट. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ सेटलमेंट कैन बी फाउंड नियर द रोड or on the river or the shore of lake. Now, figure 1.9 show how settlement of different patterns are shown on topographic map. So just you can just see there is a figure 1.9. This is how your the settlement is shown on the topographic map. So you can just see a linear. Okay, so there is a road, on the both side of the road there is in a line the houses are built. Then you can just see there is a uh, the junctions are given, some two or more roads are joining together, that is a junction. Okay, and here you can just see number of houses are there, so this is called a nucleated type of settlement. And then you can just see on on the other side that it's dispersed. So one house you can see is at one place, other houses made far. Okay, so this type of settlement is known as the dispersed type of the settlements. So now then we have this points to remember, certain definitions are given in this. With this we end the chapter. Okay, and if you have any queries, we will sort it out, okay, in the upcoming videos. So till then, keep learning and be safe. Thank you.